We should have turned left here to enter, but once again, it went straight. Only the incoming cars from the front don't have a stop sign, while the other vehicles have to stop. Once again, FSD seemed confused and tried to go, but it stopped when it saw the car coming. It did well! It yielded to the car on the left and passed through smoothly. This parking lot used to confuse the system, but it handles it well now. Let's see how it does this time. We've arrived at our final destination, the parking lot. It seems like it's going to attempt parking now, so I'll keep an eye on it until the end. It has performed well so far, and if it successfully parks, that would be amazing. Hello, this is AI Drive Life. Today we'll be visiting several places: school, Costco, a Korean market, and a park. Let's see if Tesla's FSD can take us to all of these destinations without any intervention. Please subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. It really helps with filming and editing. Also, starting with our recent downtown video, we're uploading full-length, real-time videos at 1x speed, so you can experience FSD's performance exactly as it is. Thanks for watching. There's a car approaching and the navigation is telling us to go straight, but it's okay to turn right here? I was about to turn right, but then it suddenly went straight, which surprised me. It seems like the car in front was caught off guard too. Still feels like a beginner driver. But it's definitely handling things much better than in downtown Chicago. I really appreciate the Tesla FSD team for their continuous progress. These days I'm mostly driving with FSD, though my wife sometimes worries, wondering if I'll forget how to drive myself. So I occasionally take over to drive manually, but so far, no issues. Now we'll turn left here and then right onto the main road. We made a smooth left turn. Now, there are a lot of cars passing on the main road, so let's see how it navigates the right turn while keeping an eye on the traffic. We made a smooth right turn, blending in nicely with the traffic. Great job! Just up ahead, there's a road leading to the school. The navigation is telling us to make a U-turn to enter, but that's an error. We can actually turn left here, and in the past it often went straight instead of making that left turn. Let's see how it handles this situation this time. We should have turned left here to enter, but once again, it went straight. That's another failure. Let's see how it figures out how to turn around and get in. It looks like we can enter the school from the right here, but it seems like it's going to head back out onto the main road to try to access the entrance we missed earlier. It might take a little extra time, but let's be patient with it. I'm sure there will be updates in the next version. We're turning right here to enter the parking lot of our destination. The entrance is a bit narrow, so let's see how it handles getting in. Sometimes when there are no cars in the parking lot, it will park as well. Let's see how it wraps this up this time. We made a careful right turn and successfully entered. I arrived at the destination without touching the steering wheel or intervening at all. It took a bit of a roundabout way, but I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Now, let's head to our next destination, Costco. I started FSD, but it didn't take off, so I waited a bit. After a minute without any movement, I had to push it to go. Sometimes it seems like it overthinks things. It reminds me of the saying, don't just think about it, take action. At this speed bump, it sometimes slows down and sometimes just goes over it. But today it passed without slowing down. The speed wasn't too high, so it wasn't a problem. Now we're making a right turn. There are quite a few cars coming, but it made the turn smoothly. After making a left turn here, we'll be entering Costco on the right. So far, it's been smooth sailing with no issues at all. Let's see if it gets us to the destination successfully. We have successfully arrived at our destination, Costco. There were no issues at all, and I didn't need to touch the steering wheel or intervene. I'd give it a perfect 10 out of 10. It did a great job! Now, let's head to our next destination, H-Mart, the Korean market. There's a roundabout on the way, so let's see how it handles that. Let's get started. This is a really confusing stop sign. Only the incoming cars from the front don't have a stop sign, while the other vehicles have to stop. Once again, FSD seemed confused and tried to go, but it stopped when it saw the car coming. It did well! At the next traffic light, the navigation says to go straight, but FSD is planning to make a right turn. It looks like it wants to take a different route. Taking another road isn't a bad option since it won't take us too far out of the way. But I wonder why it ignored the navigation. There's a roundabout up ahead. Let's see how it navigates while watching the other cars. There aren't too many cars today. It yielded to the car on the left and passed through smoothly. Just to remind you, the car on the left has the right of way, right? If we turn left here, we'll reach the back parking lot. It's an alleyway. This parking lot used to confuse the system, but it handles it well now. Let's see how it does this time. We're almost at our destination. Once again, I arrived at the third destination without touching the steering wheel or intervening. It chose a slightly different route than the navigation suggested, but it wasn't a bad choice. I'd give it a perfect 10 out of 10. It did great. Now, let's head to our final destination, the park. I plan to enjoy the fall foliage and ride my bike there, so stick with me until the end. After making a right turn here, we need to exit the parking lot, but the road is a bit narrow, causing it to slow down and shake the steering wheel. It seems that the shaking has become more pronounced since the latest update. I wish it would turn more smoothly and naturally. It definitely needs improvement. The fall foliage is beautiful and the autonomous driving is performing well, which makes me really happy. Until now, I haven't had to touch the steering wheel since we started, but it's asking me to take control now. I guess I was staring at the highway for too long. What a pity. I could have made it all the way. We're almost there. We just need to make a right turn up ahead to reach our destination. Let's see how it handles the arrival. We've arrived at our final destination, the park parking lot. It seems like it's going to attempt parking now, so I'll keep an eye on it until the end. It has performed well so far, and if it successfully parks, that would be amazing. I'd give it a perfect 10 out of 10. Today's FSD performance has been outstanding. I'll enjoy the fall foliage while riding my bike too. Shall we check from outside to see if it's parked well? It would have been better to park a bit more forward, but it looks fine.